What is up, Las Vegas fans? I know what you're thinking. This doesn't look like Las Vegas. You'd be correct. This is Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, or at least close to it. This is a different vlog. So if you're strictly Vegas and you can't handle anything else, I get it. No hard feelings. I did put up a survey, a poll. Should I vlog our Mexico vacation? And people said, yeah. Actually, it was overwhelmingly in support of it. So it's going to be a little bit different. While this is shot in vlog form, I kept thinking, okay, well, who would find this information useful? And I think it would be useful for anybody who's never been to an all-inclusive resort, and would be useful for anybody who's interested in traveling to Mexico, or specifically Grand Palladium, which is the resort we are at. It's not all Grand Palladium. In fact, we go to Bucerias. We check out 3 different excursions: whale watching, snorkeling on a luxury yacht, as well as a fantastic show called ALMA, Rhythms of the Night, which includes a beach buffet. So all of that's focused here on this vlog. It's all in one episode, and if you're looking for one thing in particular, whether it be for any of the excursions, our experience in Bucerias, or in general in terms of the resort, go below, check out the comments, and you can find those time-stamped. Again, it is vlog format, but I wanted to make sure we could, share the information in a useful way for anybody who may be looking to discover a certain element of this vlog and not wanting to sit through all of the other hijinks. If you're a huge Vegas fan, you're like, I want more Vegas though. Don't worry, we're back in Vegas, first time in 2026 in February for the Rock and Roll Marathon. So that is coming at you soon. Don't fret, more Vegas content is indeed on the way. All right, let's get to Grand Palladium and our week stay in Mexico. Welcome, Las Vegas fans, to something a little different. I think that's what they used to say on the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. Really showing my age there. And now for something completely different. Different in the sense that you would typically be seeing me sitting in this chair as we make our way to the Edmonton International Airport to board a plane to Las Vegas, but not this time around. This time around, we're heading to Mexico, baby. Grand Palladium in Puerto Vallarta is where we're heading. And you might be asking yourself, why? Why would you go anywhere other than Las Vegas? And I sort of feel the same way. But this is kind of a special trip because we're bringing our kids along. And our kids aren't really kids anymore. They're both over the age of 18 now. In fact, Ashley, see if you can get Ashley in the back. She's in the back. Holding the camera right now is the not-so-friendly giant, my son Jude. He's got the personality of a baked potato, but I call him the not-so-friendly giant because he's actually taller than I am, and he's a big grump. So he's running the camera right now, and again, the kids being over the age of 18, they wanted to go somewhere where they could have a good time. They're in that awkward, hey, I'm an adult in my country, but not quite an adult in Las Vegas, so where else can we go to have a good time? And so Mexico it is. Our daughter is, this also makes me feel old. She's meeting us at the airport. She's going to take an Uber. She lives in the city, and we'll catch up with her once we get there. Very quickly, I would typically break all of this down into a series of several vlogs. But because this is not Vegas content, But also, people had referenced they would like to see it. It's all going to be compressed into one episode. You don't need to worry about stay tuned next week. And at the end of the day, once you're at a resort, if you've never been, it's a great time. It's an all-inclusive. But it's really the same stuff every day. Wake up, go for breakfast, sit by pool, get drunk, do it again. We'll try to film some of the different stuff. I think we're going to go on an excursion or two. But I think we'll be able to cram all of this into one simple episode. And again, if you've never been to an all-inclusive resort, this one again, one more time, Grand Palladium in Puerto Vallarta. Let's buckle up and hit the road.
The next morning.
Good morning from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Long travel day yesterday. Started at 8 a.m. to get from where we live to the Edmonton International Airport. That's about an hour's drive. And then you got to be at the airport early. Flight took off just before 1, just under a 5-hour flight. And then anybody who's ever done like the all-inclusives in like Cuba or Mexico or Dominican, we've done several of them, they know that it's the airport once you land. It's not quite like Vegas, right, where you jump off the plane and get your cab and you hit the strip. I think we landed at like 6 something, closer to 7, but we didn't get to the resort until 10:17. Yeah, lots of hoops to jump through in the airport. You got to go through their kind of security process, and then the baggage always takes forever. And then the worst part about it is always the shuttle to the resort. So by the time we get here, we were all pretty miserable. I did some filming, but I'm scrapping it because we were all grumpy. We ended up going to the sports bar, and again, if you've done this before, you know that first day, the first time you arrive, especially if it's in the evening, it's awkward. Like you have no idea where anything is. You have no idea how anything works. It takes you kind of a day or two to kind of get climatized and to figure it all out. So I'm scrapping all the footage from yesterday. Start this vlog right now. We're just waking up. We're in paradise in the sense that the weather's warm, the sun is shining, palm trees are everywhere. Let's get after it. All right, so we'll start with a bit of a room tour. This is the garden view, and safe to say it's like the most standard room that the Palladium Vallarta Resort and Spa offers. Obviously, this is your main entry door. When you walk in, you've got your closet. I do like this. That's a scale, and it's not so that you can watch how much weight you've gained while you're here, though I guess you could if you wanted to. That'd be depressing. But it's for your luggage, obviously. You've got certain weight limits on the luggage you bring back, and if you've never done an all-inclusive stay, especially if you're from a drier climate in Canada like we are in Alberta, it is a bit of an eye-opener how much your luggage changes in terms of increased weight, just in terms of the span of you being here. The absorption of water with the humidity, everything, weighs just a little bit more. And then when you factor all of that in and put it into the suitcase actually can jump up a few pounds. So keep that in mind. If you're very close to the limit going down to a tropical destination, you will likely be over the limit without even buying souvenirs or anything else. Obviously, it's got a spa. I don't need to open this. A spa. It's got a safe. It's got a spa. It does have a spa. I'm not lying. The washroom. What is up? Again, standard stuff. Shower. As mentioned, this is about as standard as the rooms get here. We didn't know what to expect, but we've come to places in these tropical destinations. The worst was Dominican Republic, where it was Boca Chica. Apparently, Be Live in Boca Chica. Apparently, it's no longer a resort. I have yet to confirm that, but we got the most standard of the standard rooms there, thinking, well, you're not in the room, who cares? You're just sleeping. But it was real bad. Cracks.
It was the one up.
Yeah, okay, so it was one level up, but like cracks in the doors and stuff. So sometimes, again, you're going to want to read the reviews. Don't just go by it's got 4.5 stars or 3.5 stars on TripAdvisor or Expedia or wherever you're booking it through. Read the reviews from people. And if you're noticing a continuing theme from people saying, oh man, the standard rooms are brutal, keep that in mind, because sometimes the standard rooms they're rough. So you got no choice but to kind of go one level up. In this case, it's been fine. It's actually been great. Bed has been brutal. That's one thing I will say. The bed is, she's rough. But king-size bed, TV, obviously a lot of Spanish channels. Spacious enough. Kind of funny, the first night we were here, our kids are sharing a room. And they had booked 2 king-size beds, one in each room. And our kids are 20, our daughter's 20, our son's 18, and they're like, we're not sleeping in the same bed. So my son slept on this. It's actually not terrible. It's actually softer than the bed until we could get them switched over to a couple of twins. But hey, man, they're both legal adults, and mom and dad, primarily mom. This was her surprise. Paying for the trip, so beggars can't be choosers. And this is the garden view. A little bit of a patio. What you're seeing kind of over across that gap is just the walkway, covered walkway, that kind of, takes you from one location to the next. This one takes you from the buffet and the spa and the gym over to the lobby. You can't actually get down that way. You have to go through the main hallway and down, but there you go. Bit of a room tour when it comes to what you can expect here at the Grand Palladium Resort and Spa here in Puerto Vallarta, which, by the way, not in Puerto Vallarta, like 45, 50-minute drive. Okay, so we've been just chilling out in the lobby bar, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying some drinks. There's only 4 of us here, and I tipped a $5 for a drink. This one, actually, because they didn't know how to make that one. So I said, don't worry about it, here you go, and then just bring me that. And then I tipped $5. And then another guy came up to me and said, well, what kind of drink did you want? And I said, I wanted a Long Island iced tea, so he brought me that. So we tipped again. And then they also brought this one.
A margarita beer.
A margarita beer.
Like, so good.
Yeah, nobody actually ordered that, but they said, here you go, have that. And then just randomly 4 shots showed up. So, this is what day 1 of Mexico looks like. Haven't done anything except for sit and drink.
I need to go lie down for 45 minutes. No, an hour. A full hour.
Okay, so one of those days on vacation where the day kind of gets away from you because you've been drinking. And that's exactly what happened. We went back to the room and passed out. So we just had supper. And you've seen kind of some of the footage of the buffet area. It's fine. It's, again, that's sort of the gist when it comes to all-inclusives. The food is kind of hit or miss, but you know, it's been okay. And now it kind of looks late based on how dark it is, but it's only 7 o'clock, and the family wants to go swimming, so I'm not getting in that pool, not when it's dark.
Oh my God, it's freezing.
Change of plans, water's cold, can't find towels. We're gonna go back to the lobby, and they've got their nightly entertainment in the theater just right across, so let's go check that out.
Hay noto showcase del equipo de camiseta. Luego presta la gente también que estaba así. ¿Sí? ¿Cuál es el de la siguiente melodía? Nothing here to present, okay? Nothing. You know what it is? I need this because we have here this one. This one is for me. 2 points for me. 3. Here my other. There are 3. I hear, yeah.
All right, first full day of Mexico in the books. 10:06 p.m. That's about it for us. A lot of day drinking. That was it. That's all we did. Went for supper at the buffet. Weird.
12 seconds later.
Uh-oh. Oh.
12 seconds later.
All right, let's try this again. Day 2 from Mexico. First full day in the books. What you're seeing is the lights in our room randomly. I was just outside on the balcony. And the lights just randomly turned off. And not just like one light, like not like Ashley, who's in bed, was turning off a light, but the room goes pitch black. So I'm not sure what's happening. And then the second clip was me looking for the little gecko that was up there. And then when the lights went off, the gecko was gone.
It better not be in here.
Yeah, so not a lot of footage today. You know, obviously you saw some of the, like the buffet stuff and all of that, but tomorrow it should be a little bit more adventurous because we're going on an excursion, a luxury, what?
Yacht and snorkeling.
Okay, they're calling it a luxury yacht. I'm keeping my expectations tempered. I don't know what their definition of a luxury yacht is, but we're going on a yacht. We're going to do some scuba diving. No, some snorkeling. We can't do scuba diving. We're not qualified. And that starts bright and early. That's kind of why we're also peacing out early tonight, because we have to be up at 6 in the morning to catch our Uber to the port to get on the boat, and then the adventure for tomorrow will begin.
The next morning.
Okay, day 2, we'll call it, of the Puerto Vallarta vlog. We are heading to a luxury yacht. I guess we'll see how luxurious it is. It is early, 6:40 in the morning. Okay, fun day on the ocean. Just wrapped up the buffet, and now we're gonna go and head to the lobby. Apparently there's something called the White Party.
The next morning.
I don't know what day it is. Day Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today's Tuesday, so I don't know. I'm out of it. We didn't sleep very well last night. Someone set the fire alarm off. It didn't go on for very long, and like the hallways here are super loud because they're all made of like, I don't know what the product would be. I'm not an architect. I'm not in construction, but it's all like plaster and stuff, right? So everything echoes and reverberates. So yeah, and kind of a fun night. You saw it. This is the first day that we don't really have much. Day one is kind of settling in, trying to figure out the resort. Day two was yesterday. We did that excursion, went and did some snorkeling and went on a luxury yacht. It was actually a pretty nice boat. And today is probably going to be a pool day. So again, this is sort of why you can fit everything into one 45-minute vlog at an all-inclusive, is because it's a lot of rinse, wash, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. Yeah, so we're gonna go check out the buffet and pool day, and I'm sure we'll get up to something else too. I don't know, but tomorrow we've got we're getting on another boat and we're going for a show and a dinner by the ocean. So lots to do down here on this resort with excursions and Puerto Vallarta. And I was actually just talking to D-Gents, Jenny's, and me on Twitter, and he's like, I think I would get bored. And I'm the same way. This is one of those things where I think I would get. I know I would get bored if we didn't break it up with excursions. So if you've been thinking about an all-inclusive, or you're kind of one place, you have to be okay with the downtime and the chilling out and not doing a ton, and B, my big recommendation would be break it up with excursions. Get off the resort and go see some of the other parts of where you're near, and that does sort of alleviate kind of that same infamous time loop situation. We are going off resort today, not for an excursion. We figured we would go try a restaurant and explore Bucerias, which is about 20 minutes away from Grand Palladium, and we'll see how that goes. After a few days of the buffet, we have not been able to get into any of the a la cartes, which is difficult. You kind of get tired of the same old. So we're gonna explore some truly local fare. Look at me sounding like a tour guide here.
next morning.
Wednesday. My body's feeling bloated and alcohol logged, so I'm up a little early to try to go to the gym. We'll see. Sometimes at these all-inclusives this time of day the gym is just packed, so let's go find out, see if I can get some sort of a run in. Gotta start training. Wow, it's only a 5K, but for February, just getting to the gym is a workout. I think I gotta go all the way up here. Nope.
A few moments later.
Okay, so workout over, did the buffet thing, and we were gonna go walk on the beach because there's a different resort just up the beach a bit. So we're gonna see if we can scope that one out, see what that resort looks like. But while we were on the way, well, you gotta take advantage of alcohol served in the coconut, right? So this is the salt water pool, which is obviously just a barricaded off section of the ocean, but appears to be pretty popular. All right, so we are off on another excursion today. This one involves getting on a boat, being taken to, I don't know if it's an island or what, but some sort of a destination for supper, and then a show. I think the show's called ALMA. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. Getting on a boat to go to an island for dinner and a show. That is a very big boat.
next morning.
What has happened? Fresh day here in Puerto Vallarta, Grand Palladium. No extra last night, as you saw, though. A really fun night. Actually, very quickly would say that the show we saw, ALMA Rhythm of the Night, I think so, is it the whole title of the show?
Yeah.
Was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I put it up. Certainly, it beat Ka at MGM Grand. It blew Awakening out of the water, like not even close. So, you know, Vegas known for world-class entertainment. Well, guess what? In Mexico and specifically this, you know, in the Puerto Vallarta area, that show was incredible. The entire experience was fantastic.
Food was amazing.
Yeah. What do I have there? A little bit of schmutz. So the experience was that you jump on a boat, they take you across the bay, and there, and as you saw it, you've got some just beautiful scenery, all candle lit, the beach, hammocks. You walk up and you treat it to probably the best meal we've had. Never mind, probably, absolutely the best meal we've had here. The service was incredible. And then you've got a little bit of time to explore. They have a small souvenir shop over there. They've got, like I said, the hammocks. And it's actually the entire, that side of the bay. Boy, you could kill several hours just kind of watching the waterfalls and walking along the candlelit trails. It's beautiful. And then from there into the show. And then back onto the boat. All in all, like a 6.5 hour experience. The boat ride, I have a feeling, was a little longer than they were anticipating coming back, but that's all how the ocean goes. I didn't realize it, but I overheard someone say that they had gotten onto the boat. It was like 9:50 by the time they got the boat. We didn't get back. We didn't dock until what time? Like, it was closer to midnight. Wasn't it?
Like 11:30.
Yeah, that was a longer boat ride going back than it was getting there across the bay. But the waters were a little rough. So keep that in mind. If you suffer from seasickness, that may not be an experience for you, but boy, you'd be missing out, because one of the best experiences on any vacation I've ever had. It was just incredible. So today, you know, again, like, this isn't our typical vlog where I'm talking throughout and we're going from one thing to the next. Because how many times can I show you us hanging out by the pool or eating at the buffet? It's the same stuff. So if you're not okay with that, I'm kind of the same ilk as you. I like to mix it up. I get a little bit bored. Maybe it's the ADHD in me. I don't know. But that explains kind of the intermittent. Here's some video and some. This is more about me showing you what this resort has to offer. And I hope offering you a little bit of an understanding if you've never done an all-inclusive, you know, tropical destination vacation, giving you an idea of what you can expect. Today we're doing a massage. All four of us are trying out the spa. That's back-to-back vacations after not really digging on massages or spas. Maybe I'm hooked all of a sudden. So we're going to do that. And then we might go back to Bucerias. Beautiful little town. Probably not little compared to where we live, but laid back vibe. So we might go back to Bucerias, and then we've got one more thing tomorrow, right?
Yeah, the whale watching.
Right, the whale watching. So again, if you're wondering, hey, why isn't he talking throughout this, and why are we just jumping from thing to thing? It's because it's the same stuff on repeat. Wake up, buffet, get drunk by the pool, maybe go for a walk on the beach, have a nap, buffet. Yeah, get drinks, buffet. That's.
I said get braids.
Oh, get braids. Ashley decided to get braids. I'll throw a photo up. White people in Mexico. Anyway, that's that. Okay, back in Bucerias. I wanted to get off resort for a bit, so we are checking out this restaurant. I believe it is called Tarantella, which from what I understand is spider in Italian. Bucerias has got a very cool vibe. So what are we doing? We're lighting the cinnamon on fire? Or do I just let it burn? Okay, let it burn. Okay. Yes, very nice. At Tarantella. It was dynamite, and the service was incredible, absolutely incredible. From complimentary beverages because they wanted us to try one. I went to the washrooms. It was the cleanest restaurant I've ever walked in, including to go to the restrooms. You get a sneak peek at the kitchen, spotless. If you're ever in Bucerias, Mexico, this place right here, thumbs up. And the drinks, oh my god, unbelievable, unbelievable.
The next morning.
Good morning. It is Friday, our last full day here, and early, 6:32. We're heading back on a boat. This is our final time, though, on a boat, because it's our final day. We got one last excursion. Sorry, I'm out of it. We're doing whale watching. Okay, so a pretty exciting start to the day. As you saw, caught some whales. They were off in the distance, but hey, whales are whales. And those were humpback whales, by the way. Didn't realize how big humpback whales were. I mean, you know, but it's not like that's information and knowledge that you're retaining on a regular basis, right? So I had to look it up. I'm like, oh shit, these are the big ones, or at least certainly pretty substantial whales. Now we're going back to Bucerias because my son, he requested that we go back to the same restaurant, Tarantella. He's like, that was so good, can we go back? Which says a lot because we've paid for an all-inclusive, meaning we could be eating here for, I guess, technically free, though we pay up front. That's the way an all-inclusive works. But you know what? Tough to argue. He suggested that, and we were all like, good call. So back to Bucerias. Sounds like some sort of a Western movie. That car is definitely not going.
The next morning.
Okay, last day. Well, last 3 minutes. We decided to get a shuttle. Goodbye, Grand Palladium in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. What is up, Las Vegas fans? Hey, if you enjoyed watching that video, it would mean the world to Ashley and I. If you hit subscribe, if you hit like, if you shared some of the content, we would really appreciate it.